This season for you, obviously you traveled over here, you came over in the trade deadline. What has that whole experience been like for you now setting up Jerry's Familia?
Oh, it's been fun, man. I mean, after the first 4 months of the season for me, kind of disappointing start in Oakland as far as the team was concerned, and being pretty much out of the race by the trade deadline, to come into a situation where we were in a pennant race, and to have success and win a division. I mean, couldn't have been happier with it.
And now obviously you're in the setup role for Familia. What is the most important thing you can do in terms of getting ready, mentally prepared to come in for that role, knowing that it's so close? Most of the time there's going to be a lead or you're holding the lead. What's your mentality at that point?
Well, I've been doing this for a while. I mean, it's one of those things where it's a role I'm comfortable doing, and my mindset has always been, be a pitcher first. And if I can stick to that game plan, the scenarios in which I'm put into the game become simplified. And that's all you're trying to do out there, is simplify everything so those situations don't become too big. And so for me, it's just sticking to my game plan, doing what I've always done, and more times than not, it's worked out.
And now, being obviously one of the newer guys here, the bullpen has certainly embraced you and your style and whatnot. Is there any sort of relationships that you formed out there in terms of learning things from other guys and what you can teach to other players as well?
Yeah, no, it's been a really fun experience from that standpoint. We've, I've gotten to know the guys really well. We've become pretty close down there. A lot of the younger guys have looked to me for advice as far as, what to expect in the postseason, certain things that maybe or may not give them longevity in their careers, and just little stuff like that. But, it's been fun. Everybody's so receptive to me, and when I came into the locker room and into that bullpen, and it's been a joy to be a part of.
Take me back to the celebration last Saturday in Cincinnati. What was that emotion going through your head at that point, knowing that you're going back to the playoffs, champions of the NL East?
Well, there's no feeling like it. And, the season of baseball in general is such a long season. And to get to that point of finally saying, okay, yeah, this is going to continue. We got a chance to do something special. We've all worked really hard to get to that point. And it's just a kind of accumulation of a long season, a lot of hard work, and a lot of fun and joy that goes into those moments. And that's behind us now. We've celebrated. We've got that out of our system, and now we get to do the fun part. We get to play the games, and so we're all looking forward to that postseason experience. I know I am, and there's nothing like it. And every time you get into those situations, you look forward to them, because you can't duplicate anything like that in the regular season. So it's a lot of fun.
And you mentioned the postseason and whatnot. What is the mentality that changes? Does anything change at all in terms of your mentality when you pitch a game? I know it's still a game, but does anything change at all, knowing that the games are a little bit of higher stake?
No, that's the thing. I kind of touched on that before. Nothing changes. The best part about those situations are, that nervousness, that adrenaline rush that you get, because you don't really get that as much. It's there, but you don't really get that as much as you do in postseason play, and that's the fun part. But when it comes down to actually pitching and executing your pitches, you really have to stay in the mindset of stick to what you've always done, stick to your game plan, stick to who you are, and be who you are in those moments. And because of that nervous energy and because of the excitement, it allows your focus to stay in that, stay within yourself even more than you would normally, because you're so focused on getting the job done. Then you just tell yourself, okay, make sure you do what you've always done, and usually it works out.
And lastly, when you made your debut against the Mets as part of the Yankees, did you ever think that in 2015 you'd be here celebrating with this club?
No, I did not. It's been a long road, and I can't believe, I debuted that long ago. It seems like it's went by in the blink of an eye, and to kind of come full circle, play for both New York teams, played against the Mets a lot in my Washington Nationals career, and to be over here in this dugout and doing what we've done this year, never would have predicted it or guessed it, but that's the beauty of baseball, and I'm really happy to have the Mets uniform on at this point.